Welcome to the Konglish Talk podcast, a chill talk show brought to you by some States girl and Korean guy living in Korea. My name is Leah.
And I'm DS, and today's topic is chicken.
Chicken!
Ooh! Don't forget to follow us and set the alarm. You can find us on the Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast, Bapang, and YouTube. Woo! So, let's talk about American chicken first. So, I really love Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC, really a lot, but I also want to know how it started too, because I heard that it's not the first time they made the fried chicken, so can you talk about it?
Yeah, I was actually doing a little bit of research for this. I looked into it and it actually first started in Europe in like the 1800s by the Scottish. I guess they deep fried their chicken in fat, like without seasoning, because Europe was known for like not really spicing their food a whole lot. And that's kind of where the stereotype of like Europeans have like bland taste in their food,
Yeah.
where that comes from. And so then those in West Africa also had a tradition of seasoning their fried chicken and they would cook it in palm oil. And so whenever European colonization happened, it kind of like married the two frying techniques together, and that's kind of how fried chicken came about. And then obviously America was colonialized by Europe, and then yeah, it just came into America. And actually the South of America is kind of known, even to this day, is like known for their big fried foods and like frying everything. And that's kind of where it comes from, because a lot of the southern states were slave states, and so a lot of the slaves in those states were like frying stuff. And that's kind of where it came from there. That's also why whenever you see certain fast food chains like Popeyes or KFC, for example, like that have like their fried chicken or their fried seafood or something, they always have that heavy southern accent. That's kind of where that comes from.
Yeah, I heard that the southern states are really popular with frying everything because it's how she say that the southern states were really restricted with the slavery. There were a lot of slaves and they need more nutrition for like fat or something like that. They need to work a lot, so they have to eat a lot, but unfortunately those slaves are dealt like an FM stuff than like any other person, so they didn't took nutrition well, and they tried to fry the leftovers of the chicken from the white people. So they fried like chicken necks or they fried like chicken legs. Because at that time, most of the white people just ate the chicken breast. They just threw up everything as a leftovers. And then, as those slaves fried that. And then, that's how they made the fried chicken in the America.
Yeah, so that's kind of how that came about. And like common kind of side dishes with fried chicken like that, you'll see it advertised for KFC, such as like mac and cheese, mashed potatoes and gravy, so like more unhealthy stuff, coleslaw, collard greens, they kind of, which is basically kind of like a, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a leafy green, and then they like boil it and they make it kind of like shriveled up, and they eat it that way. They season it and eat it that way. Yeah, and then
Don't
there's
worry
also
about it.
green beans, corn, and biscuits, and you can see that as like a common meal deal for KFC. So almost all unhealthy stuff, to be honest. That's interesting. Yeah, I just like I can't even imagine that. It was so
Well,
funny
you
whenever I
never
heard
eat the
about it.
breaded one though.
Yeah, that's true. But when I was younger, I used to. I'm gluten free, so I can't eat fried chicken. But nowadays, with the new health lifestyle that I adopted a couple years ago, if I eat fried chicken now, I might actually die with my
Mm,
with my stomach. But
I
I
know.
understand it's delicious. So that's kind of like the fried chicken in the South, and of course we eat that in the North too. But honestly, the northern states, we mostly eat chicken wings, and it's a little bit
Wings.
different. They're the most popular, especially if you've ever heard of buffalo chicken wings. They're like a little bit of the spicy. It's a different spice than Korean spice, obviously. It originated in Buffalo, New York, so that's why they call it wings. But basically, they take the chicken wing and they deep fry it without breading it,
Mm-hmm.
and then after frying it, that's when you coat it in hot sauce or whatever sauce you do. You can do butter and garlic. There's many different flavors now, and melted butter. So yeah, we have many different kinds of wings. Because of that, we can have mild to super spicy. And it's usually served with blue cheese dressing for dipping, some sort of like cooler kind of accompaniment with that, and celery. Celery is really a common kind of side dish for that. Many people actually use ranch instead of blue cheese, though.
Yeah, I do love ranch. So, you know that when I was in the Slippery Rock, I always ordered wings with a triple barbecue or mild sauce with ranch, you know?
Yes, you loved Quaker Steak. We had a Quaker Steak and Lube, which is a really popular wing chain here in America. Yeah, so we do that. And then French fries are also a common kind of side with that. But a lot of people love enjoying wings with pizza. At parties, people usually have both chicken wings and pizza. Most pizza places will offer wings too. And then French fries are potato wedges, which are basically, they're the same thing, but they're more thick cut. I really, really like potato wedges. They're good. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. So whenever I was younger, I'm gonna talk about this, but there are many different kinds of chicken too. Chicken nuggets were my shit when I was a kid. I would order chicken nuggets all the time. I didn't like chicken sandwiches that much, but I loved chicken nuggets. It's a thing. So they bread chicken nuggets. I would eat the breading first and then eat the inside of the chicken. Don't know why. I don't know if I'm considered a degenerate. Maybe. But that's how I would eat chicken nuggets.
Okay, let me talk about this first. So, in Korean, we are not familiar with the breaded one, so I'm gonna explain you about this. In the States, they separate the chicken with bone-in, breaded, and boneless. So, there are three types.
Yeah.
Bone-in, we use mostly in the wings. So, how they make wing is they just put the wings into the oil and fry it. We call that deep fry. That's how we know 튀기다. So, and the breaded one is really similar with Korean fried chicken. Maybe I can call this as a 튀김옷 in Korean. So, breaded one has the 튀김옷. So, if I translate the 튀김옷 in the English directly, it's the fried cloth, so they have the bread cloth on the chicken. That will be easy to make you guys understand.
Yeah. So going into now we have several different options for chicken. So the newer one, the newer one, I'm putting in quotes, a few years ago that was kind of popularized by I think it was Burger King. I'm really bad with fast food, but Burger King, it was the chicken fries and they're always breaded. And it's basically like it's almost like a chicken nugget, but they made it long to look like fries. It's kind of like a chicken nugget because the outside is breaded and fried and seasoned, and the inside is still chicken, but they made it long like this to look like a fry. And they started calling them chicken fries. So they have chicken tenders too, and that's like the main thing that I would also get if I ever went out to. So that's one. And then there's also popcorn chicken, which is kind of similar. I think the breading on the outside is a little bit different.
You cut the chicken in really small pieces and breaded it and fry it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know better than I do. And then there's fried chicken sandwiches, of course.
Talking about this, I really miss Popeyes, cause till the 18, we also had a Popeyes, but they just left. I was really sad, cause I really loved the chicken sandwich at there, and that was really my favorite, but when I heard that there will be no more Popeyes in Korea, I was really sad about it. But luckily, on 2022, January, Popeyes decided to come back, so that's really glad news for me. Yeah, I really love the chicken sandwich, and I heard that there's a chicken wars, but we're not gonna talk about this here, cause that's a really long F-word story, I know that, so...
Anyway, so, and then of course we have our boneless wings. And then of course we have grilled chicken. And backyard grilling became really popular in the 1950s after World War II because people started moving into the suburbs. So grilled chicken and grilling other foods like corn and vegetables, making kebabs, steak, of course, became really, really popular. A lot of men, for some reason, like to grill stuff. I mean, I know women do too, but especially back then it was like a thing, like the men would get together and grill, and like that was a thing. And so like my dad is one of those guys, so he grills really good chicken though, and he grills really good turkey. So that's really good. So usually I'm a chicken person, so usually he would grill like steak or a burger, and I always asked for chicken. But yeah, grilled chicken is freaking bomb. Right off the grill. That's like my favorite.
I should grab a bite one day.
And with grilled chicken, I mean, you can use any kind of sauce. You can use like chipotle sauce, you can use hot sauce, you can use ketchup, and you can use barbecue sauce. That's like the big thing.
And ranch.
Southwestern barbecue sauce.
Okay, we're gonna have a break and we're gonna see you on the part 2. Woo!